discovering your soul purpose. And I'm going to tell you, I had the most amazing question from Joanne Fulham. But Joanne, you tugged at my heartstrings with this because I feel your heart and I can so relate to this, question. It says here, Jay, can you please tell me what my purpose is on earth? I'm so lost. Joanne, I'm going to tell you, so many people come to see me with the very same question. I'm going to tell you, 99% of people do not know what their soul's purpose is. They want to know if they're here to help others, if they're here to take care of their husbands or wives. Are they supposed to be rich? Are they supposed to be poor? What am I supposed to be doing here on earth? But I'm going to tell you, you need to stop looking for your soul's purpose because it's something that's already within you. It's something that lies inside of your soul already, and it's something that you're already living without really knowing what it is. Now, I'm going to tell you, some people are not going to find their soul purpose by searching and searching and searching. But what they need to do is they need to start finding what their passion is in order to ignite their soul purpose. Now, it could be that most people that I've noticed, and that have felt like they had no soul's purpose, that come to see me, are either very depressed or very down about life because they've been dealt a hand that's not been the greatest. They've had trouble, divorces, financial difficulties, and they always feel that that's what their whole life is going to be all about. It's just going to be about stress and about people wanting things from them and that kind of thing. But you know what? We tend to lose our passion when our senses become dull and when we had so many stresses around us. I could so relate to years ago, when I had this one job that I absolutely did not like, Joanne. I hated it. And hate is a strong word, but I'm going to tell you I did. I hated that job, but I loved the people I worked with. So it was sort of like push-pull for me because I enjoyed seeing these people every day, but really the job drove me batty. And I'm going to tell you that, after my mother passed away, I decided to make some very big changes in my life by getting rid of some of the fear factors that I had. And I decided to stretch myself a little bit more to find what my passions were, because I knew I was miserable in this job. And every single day it was taking this great big breath before walking into this office and then coming home only to complain about how terrible my day was. Even though it really wasn't terrible, it's like having to go to jail every day for 8 hours is how I felt. So I had a lot of stress around my job. Even though I loved the people, I just really could not connect with that job because I didn't feel like I was living my passion. I wasn't passionate about what I was doing. So I started doing some readings part-time, and I started like connecting a little bit more with people that way, and I really loved it. And after my mother passed away, she had told me something years back that had a very, very deep effect on me. And that was, Jay, you come here with nothing, you leave with nothing. You need to make sure that you're happy on this side of the fence. And that's what I decided to do. I decided to follow my passion. And my passion was to connect with people and to help them, with readings. But I certainly wasn't going to be doing that if I was still hanging on to some stresses and hanging on to something that I really didn't feel was serving my purpose. So I left my job and I haven't looked back since. I'm telling you, I'm thankful for every single day that I went through not liking my job, Joanne, because that's what motivated me to do something about it. But it also taught me what I didn't want, and that was to go somewhere where I didn't feel I was being purposeful because I wasn't living my passion. Now, in order, to find that, you're going to have to make some decisions. You're going to have to either decide to, really thrive in what you're doing or just survive. And that's just kind of like repeating the same things over and over again without changing any action to that, which for me is, the definition of insanity. And so at the end of the day, you're going to have to make a choice. So if you decide that you're going to thrive, then you're going to have to get a little bit more out there and stretch yourself and to find what your purpose is. Now, if you're in a dead-end job, you don't like your job, maybe start looking at the job board and look for something else. If you feel that you're stuck there because you don't have as much experience, you may want to take a course or something that's going to, give you a little bit more knowledge so that you could stretch yourself and find a job somewhere else. if it's not a job that's, kind of getting to you, and if you just feel that you don't have any purpose, it's perhaps because you're bored or you're not doing anything, or you need to get out of a stressful situation by stretching again a little bit more, and, maybe taking a volunteer, going to volunteer or taking a little course of some kind, that kind of thing, and to find what your passion is, in order for you to make some positive changes in your life. Really, living your purpose is really having passion about life and passion about the things that you're doing. And even though it may not seem like it's a big important thing, it doesn't matter. So long as you have passion about it and you love what you're doing, you're certainly living your purpose, and you're going to be so much more happy with, having to, um, do that. Now, it takes a little bit of practice. It's not something that happens overnight. You may have to take a couple different little courses, or you may have to try different volunteer programs. You may, want to join an online presence where you're able to contribute some of the knowledge or some of the, special gifts that you have with others. But Joanne, you need to stretch yourself a little bit. And that goes for every single person out there that's looking, for their soul's purpose. And they're going, well, what the heck is it? Don't go looking for it. It's inside of you already. And when you find what that passion is, trust me, you're going to be so happy that you're going to feel like you have purpose. You're going to feel like you're fulfilling that purpose by helping others or contributing the way that your heart needs to contribute. I want to thank you all so much, for participating in Just Ask Jay. If you have a burning desire to ask me a question, but you're too afraid to ask, don't worry about that. Just go ahead and just ask Jay. And I want to thank you, Joanne, so much, for your question. I wish you were here. I'd give you the biggest hug, sweetie, but I'm going to tell you, you need to stretch a little bit and stop looking. Just go out there, do your thing, live your life with passion, and you're going to see that you're going to find what your purpose is really quick. I love you guys all so much. Have a great week, and until next week, don't forget, if you have a question, just ask Jay. Bye-bye.